California guy, how tough was this one for you, just coming that close against USC tonight?
I think every loss is tough. This one just hits a little bit harder for me. I felt like there were things we could have done and plays we could have made to change the tide of it. I felt like we came out ready to fight, play hard, play fast. So, tough one.
How would you evaluate your night, Andrew? You're obviously involved in a pick and some other plays that went the other way.
I played well, but I feel like I could have played better at the end of the day. Weren't able to come out with the dub, so I feel like, besides, the positives I contributed to, there were things that I could have done better to help, even more.
What do you see from the guys? Obviously, it's tough when your starting quarterback goes down and Hurrdat went down on left tackle, but what did you see on the sideline as that stuff was happening here in the second half?
We came together, for sure. I can tell you that. Like, on the sideline, I felt like nobody was in a panic. We put our full trust behind TJ. We knew he was going to come in, and he was going to come in and do his job. And when he went down, next guy up, we put our full confidence in the guys because we know how well we prepare.
What were they doing with their running game that just kind of had you guys off balance? Just some of the different things they were doing with the running attack.
Just a lot of downhill run. We wanted to, spill the ball to the outside. So a lot of it was just trying to widen the defense out in order for them to run the ball downhill, which is, something that we knew coming into this. So.
Maeva only ran it once, I think, the last two games. He had 10 true rushes tonight. I mean, were you guys expecting him to run it as much as he did on some of those plays?
We knew coming in, like, he would take chances running the ball. Probably not as much as he did, but we were aware of him pulling the ball and running with it. So, taking that into consideration, I felt like throughout the game, they had to change their game plan. So, we were aware of it, though.
Andrew, at the point when you got the interception, he had only thrown for about 60 yards in the first half. That was his first pass of the second half. Did you feel like you had him pretty frustrated at that moment? How did you feel at that moment in the game?
Most definitely. He had threw 2 balls previously. We were in that coverage, and I just, I took a chance. I felt like I knew it was coming. I trust my preparation, and I felt like I was gonna make a play.
Anything else for Andrew?
Andrew, what at that moment though? What was the feeling on your sideline?
It was surreal. My first. Y'all may not know that was my first college pick. So, definitely taking that in. It was surreal just being surrounded by a packed out stadium. Just taking it all in. It was a great feeling.
Andrew, what did you make of the atmosphere and with the way things were going? Just the feeling after this one, with how it ended.
Tough. I feel like there's really no like other way to put it. It's a tough one. I feel like there are things that we could have done better. Offense, it's a tough one.
Thank you.
Thank you.